Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Dead Space. You are here with Morris, and at the end of the last part, we were about halfway through the hydroponics chapter. And you know how I know we're about halfway through the hydroponics chapter? It's because I've already played this part. I've already played this part once before. This is... You know, I'm just going to come clean with you guys. It's interesting that at the end of the last episode, I was talking about how I moved on to using something called Audacity to record my audio, which is all fine and dandy, and that's what I'm using right now. And I'm sorry to go all behind the scenes on you so much, but it's just so you know that I'm trying really hard with this series to make it as good as it can be. But at the end of the last part, I stopped the video recording, and that saved nicely. Of course it did, because that's what you're watching right now. And then I went to save the audio, and it kind of did, but the laptop also crashed at the same time. So then when you... Inexplicably, by the way. No reason why. You know, it just comes up with that stupid, sad face emote, and then it's like, well, there's a problem, I have to restart, but we're not going to tell you what the problem is, and there's no way you will ever find out what the problem is. So yeah, that's the situation. So when I went back on it, when I went to try and, bring the audio back up for this episode, it was like, oh no, you can't open that. Wait. Then it gives you one of those error messages that likely only 3 people in the world have ever seen. So there are no sort of fixes or anything like that. So I decided rather than, upload an episode with no audio whatsoever, which I've done once before. I actually did it in an episode of The Last of Us, and it was kind of... I didn't really feel like I had another choice back then, but now I kind of feel like I do. So I wanted to just sort of re-record this episode, if you will. But it's not live. I'm actually I'm actually watching this with you. This is a weird experience for both of us. I'm not shocked by that guy. I knew he was coming. I knew. Wait, okay, I forgot about his head doing that thing. But yeah, well, I mean so yeah, I'm just gonna come clean. I'm not gonna try and pull the wool over your eyes and try and pretend like, oh, this is live. Oh, now I'm picking up this, and now I'm walking over to the lift, and all. There's really no point in doing that. But it's kind of a surreal experience. I've never done this before. I've never recorded something in the post-edit suite stage. And by post-edit suite, I mean I'm sat in my chair with my laptop on the floor while I watch this with you. It's the glamorous life. What can I say? But yeah, we are about halfway through chapter 6 at the moment, and I guess I don't really have anything. It's not like I picked out anything to speak about. So I guess I just fill the time for 20 minutes. We can do whatever we want. I can do whatever I want. I don't even need to concentrate on the actual screen. I can look even on the game. It's all. I mean, some of you will probably say I don't concentrate on the game anyway. Ha ha ha, it's funny. But this I can get up, I can get out of my chair, and walk around, I can look out of the window at my nothing view, which doesn't really translate that well in audio, but still. I can go over to my Blu-rays, my games, I can go to my magazines, I can go to this, hang on, this latest edition of something called Retro Gamer, which is a magazine that I used to subscribe to. And I emphasize the used to subscribe to because I very vividly remember a conversation that I had about... Would these guys freak out when they die? I don't know why that is. They're so big. Anyway, yeah, this magazine, I subscribed to it a little while because it is very cool. It's called Retro Gamer, and it's all about... It kind of is what it says. It's all about old games, and it just talks about the legacy of kind of bigger series. Like this one's all about Pokemon. That's kind of the main featurette of this one. I mean, if I turn to a page, it says here, the latest news from December 1999. Talking about old Sonic and Shenmue and Donkey Kong on N64 and all that kind of stuff. It's a cool magazine, but it's one that I find myself reading less and less. So I decided, you know what, I don't really want to pay the however much it was I was paying to actually subscribe to it. Because I thought I would just, buy it every once in a while, just to see, just for something different to read. So I rang up the company where I get the subscription from, and I was like, hey, I want to cancel my subscription. And that was... yeah, those conversations I always find very awkward. But luckily, it didn't... you know, it wasn't a complicated thing. It was just like, okay, what's your account number, blah, 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 blah. Okay, done. There was no, like... You always expect them to be like, whoa, are you sure you want to do that? Why do you want to do that? Hey, what if we offer you this? Blah, blah, blah. But apparently this lady wasn't bothered, which I appreciate, by the way, if she's out there listening, and I'm sure, very sure that she isn't. But I hope she's okay. She was very nice on the phone, and it was an easy process. It was dead easy. And I said, is there anything else I need to do? She said, well, you probably want to cancel the money, obviously, because, you know, you don't want to keep paying it, the direct debit for it. So I was like, okay, cool, I'll do that. Got off the phone, cancelled the money. They keep sending me this magazine. And I remember her saying, well, until your subscription runs out, you will still get, you know, the issues that you've already paid for. But I'm pretty sure that only lasted, you know, up until a couple of months ago. So I don't know why they keep sending me this. I mean, it's very appreciative, because I'm not paying for it. I'm just getting this magazine for free every month. So that's pretty cool. What am I doing? Should we go back to the game for a second? What am I... you know what? I don't even care. I also have the magazine here for the official PlayStation magazine, which is something that I do subscribe to willingly, and I pay money for it also. So that is... And the reason for that is you know, I didn't even... Oh, God, audio log. I'm sorry. I'll shut up for these.
It wasn't a rogue asteroid. I know what that sounds like. But it was big and heavy. I'll report again when I know more.
Okay. I'm listening to the game very quietly, so as not to... you probably hear me flipping through magazine pages as well. I'm very sorry. But yeah, I thought I'd put the game on audio on my headphones just so I can kind of hear vaguely what's going on without actually watching. But yeah, this is a magazine that I have a bit of history with, just because I used to buy it when it was the official PlayStation 2 magazine. And then it kind of moved to PlayStation 3... with a little bit of PS2, and then it was just PlayStation 3, and now it's kind of everything. So it's PS4 and PS Vita, and I guess now PlayStation VR as well. I mean, this issue, the main thing is all about Resident Evil 7, which, I mean, we've spoken a little bit about Resident Evil 7 here and there, but I don't know if I've made it clear. I can't remember if I've made it clear before, whether it was on a stream or on another video, that I'm not too sure about Resident Evil 7 being this VR, you know, experience, really. I mean, there's a quote here that says, PlayStation VR is the only way to experience Resident Evil 7 through 2017. And I'm kind of thinking, well, for someone who's not, you know, dashing out to buy a VR headset of any kind, is that a good thing? Am I not gonna get the full experience, you know, by just buying the regular version, let's say? Oh hey, it's Mr. Tentacle. Don't worry, the tension is robbed of this scene when I tell you that we don't die in it, so don't worry about it. It's fine. My aiming's a little off. There you go. You're all good. He freaks out a little bit, but he's all good. So yeah, I'm not massively keen on that, because when you make a game that's... Yeah, it's fine making a virtual reality game, that's whatever. But Resident Evil 7?
This is Temple, acting chief engineer. I came down here to find Dr. Elizabeth Cross.
But then again, Resi's always trying something new.
In fact, I can't find anyone, just more of this organic shit everywhere. I'm going to check the mining deck. It's about the only place I haven't looked yet.
That is some good coffee. Yeah, I'm on coffee this morning. Because it is morning. It is early morning. Thought I'd get up and just do this. Because I didn't want to kind of... Like, I'm recording this. What you're hearing now is going to be uploaded today. I thought I would have, you know, plenty of time. But no, this is it's going up today, people. So this is... be a few hours before you actually hear this. But yeah, this magazine is... this is pretty good. It's always been an ambition of mine to write for something like this. I mean, I say it's an ambition of mine. What I've actually been doing towards that ambition, very little, if anything. I used to have a, well, I suppose I still do, but I don't do anything with it now. I started a blog ages ago, which I was really into at the time, and I was thinking, you know what, I'm gonna not write about anything particular, but just anything that I might be playing, or the week that I've had, maybe what I've been watching, just a bit of everything, just what I've been doing. Nothing too groundbreaking there. I think every man and his dog has one of those these days. But then about, you know, I think it was like a month later, maybe just over a month later, I got a job, and I was like, I don't really have the time for this anymore. So, but it's a shame, really, because when this magazine comes, I go, wow, it's such a beautiful product. I mean, everything's online. We know that. Everything is online. You read it, you know, on the internet, or you read it maybe on a tablet, or even on your phone, whatever. I still think there's a certain majesty about getting a physical magazine, you know, in the mail every month, and then you open it and read it, and it's all glossy and pretty, and just keeps you up to date in a different kind of way, you know? I prefer that. And I think it's pretty good value.
That's the last one, Isaac. There's a switch.
Like, there's a lot of cool... They throw in some cool stuff for subscribers. I think it's for subscribers. It might be for everyone. I know you get exclusive, like, subscriber covers. But they threw in these, and it sounds really strange when I describe it. But sorry, I'm talking over all the audio here. Don't worry, it's not going to be out of sync, because there'll be no echo on this one. But yeah, they threw in this, what was it? I struggle to kind of even describe what it's like. But it's, you know, the analog sticks on any controller. They threw in these kind of thumb grips for them. So like you put them on over the analog stick, and it kind of grips your thumb a little bit. It's got this kind of, I don't even know how to describe them, but these little things just jutting out of them, which kind of your thumb just sits in. So it's easier to kind of use, and whatever you got to do with it is just a little bit more comfortable. And I looked at it like, what the hell what even is that? Now I can't play without them. Like when I'm even going back to Dead Space, because I'm using my PS3 controller, which doesn't have these grips on it, and I'm like, I can barely. It doesn't feel right, you know, not having that kind of comfort. God, I'm so spoiled. I need that extra comfort on my thumbs, for God's sake. But yeah, little stuff like that comes with the magazine. I don't know. It's kind of neat, and they give you like decals for your PS4. So I've got on mine. It was a Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain sort of special edition, which the fucking the mailman. We don't really have like a proper. We have a little mailbox on the outside of the house, and it's not big enough for a magazine, right? So that, you know, that's fine. What I expect is somebody to kind of slide it under the door. What I don't expect is somebody to kind of fold it and then ram it into a corner and kind of jut it under the door, so that when I open my exclusive Metal Gear Solid 5 cover magazine, it doesn't have fucking like dents in it, which is what this one had, and I was so frustrated because it's probably one of the coolest covers that I've got. Sorry, that was a little bit of an impromptu rant. Oh yeah, that's right. I was so shocked that you could actually turn that goddamn electricity off. Oh no, what an embarrassing death that was. So yeah, I have Big Boss on the front of my PS4, which is pretty cool. I mean, they give you new ones, but I don't really want to replace it now that it's on there. I've got some Deus Ex ones, which were pretty awesome. That's good coffee. No tea this morning, I'm sorry. I'm blaspheming by drinking coffee, but there you go. I mean, the another thing that's kind of the big... I guess it's big news, but it's alongside virtual reality, is the PS4 Pro, which is a thing. Is anybody out there... I mean, I imagine the majority of you guys have a PS4. because I just feel like the majority of anybody who plays games on console these days has a PS4. That's the general impression I get from the internet and everywhere else and everyone I speak to ever. But if you've already got a PS4, do you think there's enough justification for buying a PS4 Pro? I understand everything's going to look better, and you would hope play better. But again, it just seems like one of those things that, I mean, am I going to get a worse experience just because I don't, you know, fork out another few £100 for this super expensive PS4 Pro? And there's meant to be some kind of software update for the regular PS4, which makes things run a little bit better anyway, alongside the PS4. So again, it's like, well, who's going to buy a new one? Is anybody out there going to buy a new one, is what I'm asking.
Help me.
People keep pestering me on these audio logs, man. Again, I don't particularly think I'll be getting one. Not unless, I mean, if this one breaks, PS4 breaks, then fair enough. I think it's actually done pretty well. When I got this PS4, which was when did I graduate? 2014 summer? So it would have been, yeah, summer 2014. When I got it, I did not think that it would now be, what is it, autumn 2016, and it would still be the same PS4. I was like, this is gonna, within a year, maybe just over, this is gonna break. Because I'm gonna use this a lot, and I'm gonna put so much stuff on it, and I'm gonna play it all the time. And I have done. And it's done pretty well. It still works, and it doesn't blow up like everything else in my life. It doesn't blow up on me, so that's nice. Way, everything turned blue. That's good news for Isaac. He likes blue. He has blue shooting out of his hand. Tells him where to go. So yeah, I am very pleased, and I hope this PS4 lasts as long as my PS2, which is still going. My fat PS2.
Believe what I'm seeing here. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to the mining deck. I hear that's where survivors are gathering. Jacob, I'll wait for you there.
Unknown antigen injected into the filtration system.
I don't even remember picking that up. This is strange. I remember what's coming next. But to be honest, I don't remember a lot of the little bits of what I do. It's just so weird. It's like watching my own gameplay. It's like, why are you aiming that way? Why are you picking that up? Why are you doing this? I feel like I'm going through the suffering that you guys must go through on a daily basis. I mean, if you know, fair play to all you guys. I mean, round of applause, honestly, for putting up with it. Actually, I just want to, while I'm kind of not really playing a game, I would just like to take this opportunity, I guess. That's a huge boss. I just want to take this opportunity to kind of thank everybody for the support for the... Oh god, please don't knock me over. For this series so far, the support that you guys have shown with in the comments and everything else. I'm so pleased that you guys like this game. Because it is a lot of fun. And I would hope it's, you know, a lot of fun to watch as well as play. It looks like it might be a lot of fun to watch from the, you know, few minutes that I've seen of this. I confess, I don't think I've ever watched anyone else play Dead Space before. Wow, this guy's kicking my ass. And I also want to thank everybody who showed up to the Resident Evil 4 streaming sessions as well, which were on Twitch not so long ago. I uploaded the first part, the village. They're sort of separated into three parts as the game is. So I've uploaded the village, which was last Sunday, and then this Sunday I'm going to upload the castle area, which includes the start of the island, and then I'll upload the rest of it with the island and everything. And just so the rest of you guys know, whoever out there is watching, who maybe hasn't seen any streams before, my Twitch's link is in the description. And still not finished with Resident Evil 4, so I'll do the Separate Ways, which is Ada's little side story, and also Assignment Ada, which is Ada's other little side story, which makes even less sense. That was a sick dodge. That was pretty good. I don't know if I meant to do that or not, but it happened. I mean, this is the first time in this game when we've actually fought a boss. I mean, you could have... Wow, I'm not good at that. I am not good at catching those bombs, whatever they are. But yeah, it's the first time we've ever actually, you know, fought a boss, you'd say. Other than that... Well, actually, we kind of saw one at the beginning of this episode. Those huge hulking things that run towards you. I don't know their official name. What am I even doing? What am I doing in the menus there? What am I trying to achieve? I'm sorry, I'm engrossed in this boss fight now. I want to know if I live or not. Looking at it, I don't feel like I deserve to. I think I'm deciding to conserve a bit more ammo now, because it looks like I'm wasting a lot. This episode has given me a lot to think about, I think. Oh, there you go, baby. Ew. Well, that's just all around gross.
Isaac, you did it. Hammond, do you read? Oxygen levels are returning to normal. Damn it. He's gone again. No sign of his rig anywhere. It's up to us now. I've got a plan to get off this ship. I've located an SOS beacon on the mining deck. If you can get down there and activate it, we might be able to send a distress call. Oh god, I don't know how much longer the dark will hold.
Alright, objective added. Well, I know for a fact that I'm coming towards the end of the video now, because I can see the timer. But yes, thank you very much for watching this episode. Sorry it's a little bit out of the ordinary, but hopefully we had a little bit of fun with this episode. Hopefully you still enjoyed it. And again, thank you so much for enjoying this series, and I hope to see you all in the next part, guys, and I will see you in a bit. See you later. Look at this guy, he saw my epic boss fight. Sorry.